Now that Copenhagen's released all its content today, we're going to be breaking down investments, starting off with the viewer pass. Now, it's not worth it to go ahead and activate the viewer pass right now, but is it worth it as an investment? The answer is also no. We can see what happened with the Paris passes. We can see that neither of them have gone up in value. The one with passive tokens has dropped down significantly, and the truth is it's only going to get worse. I would not invest into these. Talking about souvenir tokens and packages, it's also a very similar story. If we want to look at Paris, we can see that none of them have actually succeeded as an investment, but the truth is you're guaranteed to get some of these if you purchase the pass or if you bought the pass with tokens, so we do need to figure out what's the best possible plan for us. And the truth is it's actually going to be to wait. Right now, we don't know what possible map is going to get removed, if any maps are going to get removed, but I think it's highly likely that we're going to see some map get removed after the major, but it's going to be after the major, and that's very important as you want to hold off and make sure that you're investing into the souvenir packages after the major, because you're going to have a lot more information and it's not going to offer you any negative downside. I think it's going to be much more beneficial for you to wait inside of this area, see all the information coming into you, and what exactly happened with Dust 2 is a possibility again, but obviously don't expect any major profit from this area because it's heavily overinvested. SkinSwap is today's sponsor, and they're also sponsoring you with a free bonus for signing up with the first link in the description. They're the premier place for CSGO and Rust skins with a massive trading site and a top-of-the-line marketplace, offering you the most competitive rates out there and a massive 40% bonus when you're using that link in the description. Combine that with their top-of-the-line selling feature with many payout options and their trading feature legitimately taking you just about a minute, and there's no reason not to sign up with that first link in the description. Now going through our capsules. First up, we got the Legends capsule, and there's obviously a lot to break down with each of these. First up, when we're looking at the Legends, this one is going to be the most iconic of the three. We can see that these are a lot of high tier teams. We've got Spirit, FaZe, Na'Vi, three of the most popular teams out there, plus with a Mouse and a G2 backup. I think there's going to be a lot of demand with this capsule, and that's usually what we see. When we're talking about Legends capsules, usually they are the most demanded, but they're also the most heavily supplied, so it's definitely something to keep in the back of your mind when we're talking about these capsules. Looking at the actual stickers themselves, there's a lot of potential inside of this area depending on the craftability, but the truth is a lot of people are overall disappointed with what they're seeing with these capsules. I honestly don't know how the Legends is going to play out specifically. It's going to be very dependent on the supply and if we're seeing people actually apply these stickers, but I would say in this overall capsule, I do still think that there is a decent amount of upside. We're talking about how the actual stickers look. The only downside is really complexity, and that's a very small downside considering we're going to be talking about the other capsules. After that, talking about the Challenger sticker capsule, now this one as well has a lot of potential in my personal opinion. First up, we're going to talk about Cloud9. It looks absolutely amazing inside of the paper format, and that's very good for a possible investment opportunity if this capsule does not see a ton of people opening it, because the papers usually end up being one of the most supplied, but they also end up getting really cheap. If this goes down to 3 cents, it's definitely what I'm going to be watching. Otherwise, talking about this capsule as a whole, the only thing I really dislike about it is the fact that ENCE is inside of it. If you didn't know, ENCE is one of the biggest killers for an investment when we're talking about an overall capsule, because the logo is very low demand. People don't really want to craft with ENCE, therefore it's extremely low price, and therefore people really aren't as incentivized to go ahead and open up the capsule. I don't think this is going to really impact this capsule too much here because we got a lot of high demand stickers around it like Gamer Legion, Eternal Fire, Furia, and Saw, but there's definitely a potential inside of this area that it could hold it back a little bit. I do like this capsule overall, and it's one that I'm personally looking very interested in depending on how the supply and the demand shapes out for it. And then finally, the one you've been waiting for, the Contenders capsule. Now this one's such a hodgepodge of all the random stickers, but the truth is it's got a strong upside potential just because of how many unique stickers inside of it. Look at this. We've never seen Lin Vision, Legacy, Koi, or Amcal before. Same with Ecstatic. There's 5 brand new stickers, and they're all inside of the concentrated Contenders capsule. Therefore, that offers up such a potential opportunity, but it's also going to offer up a lot of people that are trying to open up this capsule, invest into this capsule, and therefore it's going to be a very hard balance. Now, honestly, in my personal opinion, I think the Amcal logo looks absolutely terrible, but Lin Vision seems to be attracting a significant amount of Chinese demand, especially in the first couple days of this, which is going to be a very strong upside that this capsule is going to have throughout the entire legacy of it. However, that also offers up a little bit of a downside because people are going to be seeing how expensive Lin Vision is and therefore potentially investing into this capsule or opening up this capsule a lot more than they would usually do. It's something we saw with the Contenders for Paris because we saw the Mouse sticker be so valuable and therefore all the other stickers inside of it got absolutely flooded. We don't know exactly what's going to happen because there are a lot of stickers with a lot of demand inside of this capsule, but it was definitely one that I will say is the most interesting right now because we don't know exactly what's going to happen with it. We don't know if Lin Vision is going to be that high of a demand afterwards, and there's so much potential inside of this capsule because of the 5 unique stickers. Now, talking about the autograph capsules, there's really not too much for specifics that we can actually get into. When we're talking about autographs as a whole for a major, it really comes down to the amount of supply out there compared to the demand, and that's quite obvious. But the truth is, it's really not easy to tell until the actual capsules have finished selling, and therefore it's really hard with autograph capsules because a lot of them end up with so much more supply than the demand is, because the demand for autograph capsules tend to be a little bit like souvenir packages, where it just dies out completely once the major actually finishes. Honestly speaking, in recent times, we haven't seen autograph capsules do anything absolutely crazy because there's really no demand for them. It's usually just a little bit of a lower supply allows them to creep up a little bit in price. If we want to look at the Antwerp Contenders autograph capsule, we can see the one with the rocks hollow inside of it really didn't do anything crazy. In fact, it usually got outperformed by the ones with the stickers inside of it. Therefore, I'd be very hesitant on investing into the autograph capsules at any portion, but I would definitely say avoid them at the start here, even though they might look like they're very tempting to open because they have really expensive stickers inside of them, your odds of getting one specific autograph are these right here, and that's very, very low. Now, talking about the investment impact of Copenhagen onto Paris, we can talk about it in two different ways. First up, talking about the capsules specifically, we can see with the capsules that over the past month, we've obviously had that major drop off of us finding the game files and realizing that Copenhagen was going to come out borderless. But if we want to look at the 5-day, we can see that really nothing has changed in terms of the trajectory we were on. Obviously, we're on a decreasing slope here, and I don't think anything of that is going to change because obviously not a ton of people are really looking to invest into Paris in the current moment. With that being said, the biggest impact is going to come from those no alternative borderless stickers that we commonly talk about. If we want to look at Paris right here, a couple of these have definitely been lost. The two biggest ones to me are going to be Gamer Legion and Apex. Obviously, these ones looked very nice. Cloud9 is a little bit of a different situation. I do still think it's obviously a major loss here, but that's more towards Antwerp rather than Paris. Mongols as well is a loss here for Paris, but obviously it wasn't really too hyped up to begin with, so I don't consider it too major of an outstanding loss in this case. Now, since we're talking about the Copenhagen capsules, the biggest one you're going to want to avoid at all costs is going to be the Champions capsule. If we want to look back at the past Champions capsule, all of them have significantly underperformed compared to every single capsule out there, even worse than the autograph capsules. If you're going to make an investment, do it to the autograph capsules, do it to the sticker capsules, do not do it to the Champions capsules. They always are the worst performers, and you can look at the data, they're usually just way too supplied and usually look absolutely terrible and have zero demand afterwards. Now, when should we expect to go ahead and see the Copenhagen sale drop? First up, if we want to talk about the Paris major, we saw a very large sale there, but the truth is it dropped exactly 1 month and 1 day after the Paris major went ahead and concluded with that grand championship. A little bit of a different circumstance there because we knew we probably weren't going to be getting a lot of content afterwards, so it's a little bit hard to say if that's going to be a direct translation over it, but I would suggest 2 to 4 weeks is probably going to be that sweet spot of when you can expect to see that sale after the Champions capsule has been released. Now, when the sale does release, this is going to be your prime opportunity to go ahead and open up capsules. This is because the ROI is usually going to be sitting around 2 to 250%. If we want to look at the current ROIs of Paris, Stockholm, and Antwerp, we can see that the ROIs usually sit around 30 to 70%. It ranges significantly, but when we're talking about these brand new capsules, usually the ROIs are almost guaranteed to be sitting in about a 50 to 60% range for the most part. Therefore, when that price goes down to 25 cents, your ROI is going to go over 200% for a short period of time. Now, the strategy that I've been utilizing for the past couple of majors, I highly suggest you do as well, is you open up a lot of these capsules and you sell off the extremely expensive stickers first, but then you hold on to some of the papers and the glitters that are seeming a little bit underpriced for that current moment. You just throw them in a storage unit, and then years later, you're going to end up with some decently priced stickers. Don't do it if the stickers are still extremely expensive, but if you got the super cheap stickers, don't sell them off for a single cent, hold on to them, and they might be worth 10 cents down the line. Now, what you do right now, honestly, I think the best thing you can do right now is start scoping out the stickers. We've got 24 unique stickers that are going to be coming in a lot of different categories, and I think it's honestly going to be a great option for you right now to go ahead and suggest the ones that you might potentially want to make an investment into, depending on the price point. I talk about the Cloud9 paper, that's one for me. For you, it might be the Koi paper, it might be the mouse paper. There's a lot of different stickers out there, and I think it's going to be in your best interest to go ahead and start focusing in on specifically the ones you might want to potentially invest into. That's all I got. Thank you guys so much for watching. Go be great today.